I always hated going to church as a kid, mainly because, it wasn't my religion, it was my parents' religion. And I got some funny stories from there. One of them, I found out, you can joke in church, just, don't be funny. I was sitting in Sunday school, and the teacher told this really corny Bible joke. Well, okay, that's whatever. Hey, I got a Bible joke too. I'm like 9, 10 at the time. And she's like, oh, okay, would you like to tell it? Here's the joke I told in Sunday school. You can all judge me if you want. My mom told me this joke like a couple days before. I didn't get it, but I knew it was Bible themed. We're in Sunday school. I figured, I'll read the room. I'll go with it. 3 nuns die and go to heaven. They get up to the gate. St. Peter tells them you have to answer a question right to get in. Okay. First nun comes up. Her question: who was the first man? Nun says, Adam. Bells ring, doors open. Second nun comes up. He asks her, who was the first woman? She says, Eve. Bells ring, doors open. The third nun comes up. What was the first thing that Eve said to Adam? Nun's thinking about it. And finally she goes, wow, that's a hard one. Bells ring, doors open. I told this in Sunday school. I didn't realize what I did. And the Sunday school teacher was a real champ about it. All she goes is, oh, okay. Oh, no. That's one of those things I didn't realize I'd done until I got older. I was like, oh, Jesus, no. But no, one of the few times I went to church as an adult, it was with one of my friends, one of my good training partners, good buddy of mine. I'm sitting there hanging out after the sermon, with the pastor and everything, and I go to shake his hand. Well, he decides he wants to hug me. I'm a pretty easygoing guy, so okay, let's do that. Well, pulls me into the hug, and I felt his hand slide down my back. I had my wallet in my back pocket, and I was like, he's a man of God. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's probably just molesting me. No, my sister was always a big religious person. It was funny because, me and her always hated each other, One thing we did have in common, though, is we liked fishing. We'd go fishing a lot when we were kids because they had a big pond there at the park in the town we lived in. And I remember one time she was sitting on the edge of the dock, I'm being shithead little brother, I'm acting like I'm going to push her off the dock, just being an asshole. Well, I accidentally pushed her. And I don't know, maybe I'd been reading too many comic books, I was feeling super heroic at the time. I try to grab her and pull her back up. This bitch weighed at least 200 pounds. I was maybe $120 at the time. There's no fucking way I'm pulling her up. So she falls in the water. I take off. Boom. Try to get over to where my mom and them is. I'm already in trouble. I'm just going to turn myself in. She somehow beat me there. This was on the other side of the park. So either she can teleport or she dug one of those fucking tunnels like the bitch in Nacho Libre, just got there before me. And she'd been bugging my mom about going swimming. All day before that. I want to go swimming. She's like, no, which was really shocking because she got everything she ever wanted. Me? You're lucky we let you breathe, son. Somehow I got away with it. I went to turn myself in and say, hey, I accidentally pushed her off the dock, No. My mom's like, no, I think she fell in. I think she jumped in. I think she wanted to go swimming. I'm just like, wow. I'm actually guilty and trying to turn myself in, and you ain't having it. This is great. I should do this more often. Then I started doing other shit. But I remember, speaking of fat bitches and water, we all went to SeaWorld once, my mom, my sister, my aunt, my cousin, me, and, we went to SeaWorld, and I wanted to ride the rides until I rode one and then pussied out. But we went to see the whales, they had the whale shows, everything like that. And I'm sitting with them. They won't let me away from them. I'm inside. They think I'm going to get into shenanigans and horseplay, which, to be fair, I was going to. But anyway, they did their job, I guess. They're keeping an eye on me. And I remember one of the other kids sitting near me was like, wow, I hope they feed the whales. And I'm like, how about they feed these ones? In fact, how about we just put them in the fucking tank?